I analyzed over 2000 AI engineer job descriptions, not machine learning researcher roles, not data scientist roles, AI engineer roles, the people who actually build the systems companies are shipping right now. And here's what I found: the skills that get you hired look nothing like what most boot camps teach. 80% of the work comes from about 20% of the skills, and most people are studying the wrong 20%. This is the real AI engineer learning path. What to learn, in what order, based on what companies actually need in 2026. Let's start with the part most people get wrong. AI engineering is not about training models from scratch, it's about building systems around LLMs. You're not creating GPT-5, you're using GPT, Claude, Gemini, and open source models as components inside larger systems. The core skills that drive 80% of the work break down into 7 areas, and the order matters. Each one builds on the previous. Number 1, LLM Fundamentals. Start here. Everything else builds on this. You need to understand how LLMs work at a high level, not the math behind transformers, but what they're good at versus where they fail. You need hands on experience with APIs, OpenAI, Anthropic, Google. You need to understand structured outputs, getting models to return JSON, follow schemas, and produce tool responses consistently. And you need prompt engineering, not just writing good prompts, but engineering them systematically across different tasks. The goal is to move from chatting with models to controlling them predictably. Number 2, RAG, Retrieval Augmented Generation. This is the backbone of most real world AI systems. Every company with proprietary data needs RAG. You're injecting custom data into LLMs so they can answer questions about your specific documents, products, or knowledge base. Learn vector search and semantic retrieval. Get comfortable with tools like Elasticsearch, Qdrant, Pinecone. Understand chunking strategies. This matters more than people think. Bad chunking equals bad retrieval equals bad answers. And learn to handle real data: PDFs, web pages, transcripts, spreadsheets. Practice projects. Build an FAQ assistant, a document Q&A system, and internal knowledge search. These are the exact types of systems companies are building. Number 3, AI agents. This is where things get interesting and messy. Agents are LLMs that can act, not just respond. They use tool calling to interact with the real world, searching the web, querying databases, writing code, calling APIs. The agent loop is think, act, observe, repeat. Learn the frameworks: LangChain, LangGraph, Pydantic AI, OpenAI. Agents SDK, Google, ADK, Claude Agent SDK. Understand Model Context Protocol, MCP, the emerging standard for connecting AI agents to tools. And get into multi agent systems, routing, coordination, pipelines, practice projects, a web research agent, a data extraction pipeline, a multi agent workflow. Agent engineering is the fastest growing skill set in AI right now. Number 4, testing AI systems. This is underrated but critical. You need to test tool usage and outputs. You need to evaluate consistency. Does the same input produce the same quality output? And you need to learn about using LLMs as judges. Yes, it's meta, but it works. The goal? Make AI systems reliable, not just impressive. Most engineers skip testing, and it shows in production. Number 5, monitoring, and observability. If you can't see what your system is doing, you can't fix it. Learn tracing for agent workflows, logging interactions, cost tracking, feedback loops, and dashboards with tools like Grafana and OpenTelemetry. This is what separates demos from production systems. Number 6. Evaluation. Most engineers skip this too, and it shows. Build offline evaluation datasets. Measure retrieval quality. Precision recall MRR. Learn synthetic data generation for testing. And do prompt optimization based on actual results. The goal? Move from it feels good to it's measurable. Number 7. Production systems. This is where AI engineers become genuinely valuable. Turn notebooks into real services. Learn deployment. Streamlit for quick prototypes. Fast API for production. Get comfortable with at least one cloud platform: AWS, GCP, or Azure. Understand guardrails and safety layers. And learn Bible parallel processing for scale. These 7 core skills: LLM Fundamentals, RAG, agents, testing, monitoring, evaluation, and production are the 80%. Now, the supporting skills. These aren't optional, they show up in almost every job description. Python and engineering basics. Python is used in over 80% of AI engineering roles. You need clean code, testing with PyTest, CI CD pipelines, and Git workflows. If you can't write production quality Python, nothing else matters. Web development for real products. Fast API is the backend standard for AI applications. React or Next.js for the front-end layer. REST and GraphQL APIs. Most AI products have a web interface. You need to build the full stack, not just the AI part. Cloud and infrastructure. Pick at least one: AWS, GCP, or Azure. Docker is non negotiable. Every AI system runs in containers. Kubernetes for scale. Terraform for infrastructure as code. Databases. PostgreSQL is the default choice. Vector databases: Pinecone, VV8, Qdrant, pgvector. Redis for caching and sessions. ML fundamentals. Just enough. You don't need to be a researcher, but you need context. PyTorch basics, embeddings, which are very important for RAG. Fine tuning when APIs aren't enough, and model evaluation basics. The typical AI engineering stack in 2026 looks like this: Frontend, React or Next.js. Backend, Fast API, AI orchestration, LangChain, LangGraph, or Pydantic AI. LLMs, OpenAI, Anthropic, Grok, plus local models with Ollama. Vector database, Pinecone, VV8, or Qdrant. Infrastructure, Docker, plus Kubernetes, plus your cloud provider. Monitoring, OpenTelemetry and Grafana. Evaluation, LLM judges, and tools like Evidently. You don't need to master all of this, but you need to understand how the pieces fit together. If you're short on time, here's the priority. Must have. These are table stakes: Python, prompt engineering, RAG systems, one cloud platform, and Docker. High value. These multiply your effectiveness: LangChain or Pydantic AI, Fast API, TypeScript, CI CD, Kubernetes, and PyTorch basics. Differentiators. These are what get you hired faster than other candidates. Agent frameworks like LangGraph and CrewAI, fine tuning models, evaluation systems, vector databases, and multi agent architectures. If you follow the 7 section learning path in order, You'll naturally build these skills in the right sequence. AI engineering is not about chasing hype tools, it's about building reliable systems where LLMs are just one component. If you focus on RAG, agents, evaluation, and production systems, you'll already be ahead of most candidates. Subscribe for more AI engineering content. Drop a comment if you want me to do a deep dive on any of these topics. I'll see you in the next one.